In today's lesson, we're going to learn another shape of playing our major scale, and we're also going to begin looking at our minor scale. In the last lesson, we looked at that classical guitar shape of playing the major scale, which started with our middle finger. Today we're going to play this shape starting with our index finger. So we're going to still use the G major scale as our example today, and we're going to start in that same place, the low E string, that 6th string, 3rd fret. And instead of our middle finger, we're going to use our index finger. This scale is going to span across the 3rd to the 7th fret. So it's a little more of a stretch, which is going to be a great exercise for you if you're a beginner. Now we're going to learn the fingering for this new shape of the G major scale. We're going to start with our index finger on the 3rd fret. We're going to then have our middle finger on the 5th fret and the pinky on the 7th. So just like the last scale we learned in the last lesson, each finger had its own fret. It's going to be very similar. Every time we play the 3rd fret, it's going to be with our index finger. Every time we play the 5th fret, it's going to be with our middle finger. Every time we play the 7th fret, it's going to be with our pinky. Now there is a 4th fret that we play here, and it's going to be with our index finger. That's the one time we move. So let's go ahead and begin learning this scale. We're going to start on that G, 3rd fret, low E string, index finger. Then we have 5th fret with our middle finger. Then 7th fret with our pinky. Now down the next string, we have 3rd fret, index finger, 5th fret, middle finger, 7th fret, pinky. Now on the next string, we have 4th fret with our index finger, and then 5th fret again with our middle finger. So we have 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7, 4, 5. So our fingering one more time is index, middle, pinky, index, middle, pinky, index, middle. Now this is a great way of learning the shape because you can clearly see the 1, 2, 3 of the scale, which makes going into our minor scale really easy to learn. So we're going to go ahead and play this major scale one more time, and this time we're going to actually say the scale degree. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. This is going to help us when we begin learning more scales. So for my major scale, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So in the key of G, my 1 is G, my 2 is A, my 3 is B, my 4 is C, my 5 is D, my 6 is E, my 7 is F sharp, and then my 1 again is G. Okay, we're now going to begin looking at the minor scale. Now there's several different minor scales we can learn. We're going to start with the natural minor scale. Now this scale is very similar to the major scale. It's actually built off of the major scale, only we're going to flat some of the notes. And when I say we're going to flat some of the notes, that means we just bring it back half a step. Or with the guitar, you can think we bring it back 1 fret, because 1 fret is half a step in music. Now for this scale, this natural minor scale, we're going to flat the 3, the 6, and the 7 of the scale. Okay, so I'm going to play the major scale one more time, and we're going to identify where the 3, the 6, and the 7 is in the scale. Here's my major scale. So this is the 3rd. So we're going to flat that. So instead of 1, 2, 3, we're going to have 1, 2, flat 3. Okay, I actually like now fingering it with index, ring, pinky. So that's my 1, 2, flat 3. Let's look at the next string. So instead of 4, 5, 6, we're going to flat the 6. So it should be 4, 5, flat 6 now. Now let's look at the next string. We have 7, 1. So my 7 now is going to be flat. So let's go ahead and bring the 7 back a fret. So now we have flat 7, 1. So this is my natural minor scale now, built off of my major scale. I have 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, 1. fingering that I choose for this is index, ring, pinky, index, ring, pinky, index, ring. I still am very disciplined with keeping each finger on its own fret. Now let's hear a difference from our major scale to our natural minor scale using these shapes. Here's my major scale. Now here's my minor scale that I use the major scale to build this scale off of. Now a great thing to do to practice these scales is the same scale exercise I gave you in the last lesson. We can now go from the first fret really all the way up the neck of the guitar, saying these scales and playing them in every key we have. So we could start on the first fret with F major. Again, I'm just using that same shape, just shifting. And then we could also do F minor. And then we can slowly move up the neck of the guitar. So if I wanted to scoot it up another half step or one more fret, I could do F sharp or G flat major. Or I could do F sharp or G flat minor. This is a great exercise and great warm-up to your practice routine. Another thing you can do if you're looking for an exercise with your picking hand is you can play all these scales and you can alternate. You can do all down strokes, all up strokes, or alternating strokes, down up. Like I could do this major scale with all down strokes. Or I could do all up strokes. Or alternate down up. Hopefully this lesson has helped you when it comes to major and minor scales. Hopefully these scale shapes and these exercises I've given you can really make a difference in your warm-up routine. If you have any questions on this lesson, or if you would like to take lessons privately with me, please see the link at the bottom of this video.